Good evening and welcome. Tonight we'll be going over the history and geography of Canelones in Uruguay. As you can see here, Canelones department is just outside of the capital city of Uruguay, Montevideo. So Montevideo is obviously the most populous area of Uruguay. Canelones is the second most populous because of the various, cities and towns just outside the capital city. We are along the Rio de la Plata, this big, bay, you'd call it, because it's not actually a river per se. That separates Uruguay from Argentina. You can see Buenos Aires just across the way there from Montevideo. So this area is along what's called Uruguay's Gold Coast, a beautiful stretch of beaches along the Atlantic Ocean coastline. It's where you can find some resort cities, like you can see Atlántida right there. Atlántida actually has a UNESCO site. Let me grab my tablet here and I'll show you. I think it was added last year. It's very recent. It is the work of engineer Eladio d'Este, the Church of Atlántida. Let's take a look. Hopefully you can see the whole thing there. I can't really tell from my angle, but it looks good. Okay. The Church of Atlántida, with its belfry and underground baptistery, is located in Estación Atlántida, 45 kilometers away from Montevideo. Inspired by Italian Paleo-Christian and medieval religious architecture, the modernistic church complex, inaugurated in 1960, represents a novel utilization of exposed and reinforced brick. Built on rectangular plan of one single hall, the church features distinctive undulating walls supporting a similarly undulating roof, composed of a sequence of reinforced brick Gaussian vaults developed by Eladio d'Este. The cylindrical bell tower, built in openwork exposed brick masonry, rises from the ground to the right of the main church facade, while the underground baptistery is located on the left side of the parvis, accessible from a triangular prismatic entrance and illuminated via a central oculus. The church provides an eminent example of the remarkable formal and spatial achievements of modern architecture in Latin America during the second part of the 20th century, embodying the search for social equality with a spare use of resources, meeting structural imperatives to great aesthetic effect. And here you can see it's all this big brick building. It's gorgeous. We'll take a look at it on Google Earth. But the walls are all wavy, and it's got all of these spirals inside. It's all very curved. The bell tower here. Hope you can see. It's wild. We'll look at it on Google Earth. It's a gorgeous building. All brick too. It's amazing. There's also, very important to its geography, is the Santa Lucia River. You can see the town of Santa Lucia right here. River coming through here, creating that border with the Florida department up there. For the most part, the department is relatively flat. It's a bit hilly here and there, but nothing too extreme, lots of rivers and valleys and things like that. Lots of farmland, particularly wine. It's a very famous wine region here. And also a lot of livestock is grazed here. It's like dairy farms. And I think Uruguay, if I remember, eats the most meat per capita. They really love their beef and stuff. And of course, they have the famous gauchos, herding all the cows and livestock and such. But that's pretty much all the geography that I have for you. We'll, of course, look at it a little bit more on Google Earth. I didn't find much in terms of history, in its early history. Not much about the indigenous cultures that would have lived here or anything. And not much about the early colonization. Everything that I found really led into the wars of independence that Uruguay went through. So starting in 1783, the first town in this area is now known as Canelones. It was known then as Villa Guadalupe, named after the church that was established there. The area kind of sprung up around there, this area here. You can see La Piedras right here, just outside Montevideo. And this is a very important spot for Uruguay's history. On May 18th, 1811, forces led by Jose Artigas fought the Spanish at the Battle of Las Piedras, and it was a very big success. It eventually led to them taking Montevideo. Jose Artigas was actually the one to create Canelones Department, then called Villa de Guadalupe, in 1860. If you don't know, Jose Artigas is like the George Washington of Uruguay, very important figure, and it's at the birth of the country, essentially. Of course, then it was part of Rio de la Plata, which we now call Argentina, would later be invaded by Brazil, and they would fight their independence from Brazil. The name would change in 1916 to Canelones. I believe that's a name associated with cinnamon. I'm not sure. I didn't find too much about why they changed the name or anything. But I did find a lot about the last half of the 20th century in this department, because that is when the tourism industry really started to grow along the coast here. Atlántida was founded to be a resort town to attract not like the fancy ritzy people, more like the middle class Uruguayan locals here, so that they can have a place to play on the beach. But it also attracted a bit of a ritzy crowd from what I can see. In the 1980s, the population really boomed here and created the large population that exists there today. So not so much in the interior, like I said, it's mostly farmland and places for livestock to graze, but here along the edges of the capital city, very large population. And that's pretty much all the history that I have for you today. Pretty much all I found was about the Battle of Las Piedras, since that's so important to Uruguay's history. May 18th is a holiday in Uruguay, the anniversary of that battle, and there's even a suburb of Las Piedras that's literally called May 18th. Wild. That's pretty neat, I think. So, I think we should hop over to my tablet and check out this department on Google Earth. Let's go. Here we are in the Canelones department. And let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. You can see Montevideo right there, the capital of Uruguay. And here is Uruguay, tucked between Brazil and Argentina. Pretty easy to find if you look at South America all zoomed out, because Rio de la Plata is very distinct. It's very lumpy right here. So, very easy to find Uruguay. This is this little country here. You can see the Atlantic Ocean coast here as well. So let's start off on that coast. Let's start here in Atlántida, make our way over to Ciudad de la Costa. Atlántida. Pretty little town. You can definitely see that this is like the older part of town because it's all perfectly squared off, and then it gets a bit more modern as it spreads out, right? as it expands. There's a lot of neat things to see here along the coast. I want to show you this place over here that I found. El Aguila, which is the eagle. And this is a house. It was a house. I think it's empty now. I don't know if anyone still lives there. Because I was reading about its haunted history and the ghosts you can find there. Look at this cool sand art. But yeah, it's a house shaped like an eagle. Just facing the ocean there. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't think it's still in use today. I don't think, but there's also find a good beach. I think the satellite's kind of messed up there. Yeah, I don't think that's natural. I think that's a Google Earth oopsie. Let's look at this beach here. One of the main beachy areas here. And it's beautiful, of course. There's lots of big hotels in the area. Oh, that's a pretty picture. I love those colors and that sunset. Maybe it's a sunrise. It's so vibrant. Yeah. Going out to the ocean. I mean, if you watched my channel, oh, that's fun. There's the eagle. A big old inflatable slide. If you've seen my channel a lot, you know that swimming is one of my most favorite things to do in the whole wide world. So, you know, I would be in the ocean, swimming around. I love it. See all the birds there? Well, all the birds, there's like 4. But yeah, gorgeous beach here. There's the birdhouse. This is a resort hotel here. Big waves crashing there at low tide. And just parking your beach chair in the low tide water and just letting the ocean roll over your feet. That's the best. Beautiful sunset here as the sky turns dark blue to black. Big apartments facing the beautiful ocean, of course. Bring your doggos. See some modern art, which kind of looks like a dog's head in the sand. See its feet, see its tail. That's what I see. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to be. Do this thing that I'd never do. You'd never catch me doing this, like parasailing, I think it's called. No, thank you. And there's some neat modern art here. Looks like the Son of May. Nice little beachy area. Oh, I have to show you the church, obviously. It's a UNESCO site, so it's up in this neighborhood. What was it called? Estación Atlántida. It's right here. World Heritage Site. Yeah, it's incredible. There's the bell tower. It's all brick. Look at this. It must sound incredible in here. Look at the lights there and the columns, which are the wavy walls on the side. There's the inside of the bell tower. Beautiful wooden doors there. It's so neat. So elaborate. There's like the old church right next door, next to this big modern brick church. Looks like they're doing their Christmas pageant. See the wavy walls on this rainy day? It's beautiful. It's so wavy. It's a gorgeous design. Oh, that must lead to the baptistery down there. I don't know why you'd baptize people underground, but I bet it's cool under there. Look how neat. I just want to run my hand across it. Such a beautiful building. And it's all brick. Absolutely amazing. Very cool UNESCO site. Look at Neptunia. You can tell that that's not a colonial town with a name like Neptunia, right? That's meant for beachgoers. Shangri-La, yeah, that's meant for beachgoers. But let's head over. Make sure I'm not in. Oop, I can't wind up in Montevideo today. I might have. There we go. Ciudad de la Costa, city by the coast. Please, thank you. more beautiful beaches there along the Gold Coast. Make a cool sandcastle. That's awesome. That's a great sandcastle. Cute little modern homes. They have festivals, of course. See the gorgeous beach. Look at that beautiful low tide and high tide coming in. Neat cars. Surf City. Looks like they're building there too. A little beach club there. And this is the main airport for Montevideo as well. You'd land here if you're visiting Montevideo down there. Pretty great, I think. This area is fun. And then to the north of Montevideo, make sure we're still here, we have Las Piedras, which again you can see definitely was colonial. You know how everything is so squared, right? Compared to let's look at Neptunia. Where'd it go? Over here. Yeah, not perfect squares. Close enough, but very wavy. All these pretty zigzags over here. This is a better example of pretty little designs along the beach here. You definitely know it's an old town, or at least a planned town, if you see all these perfect squares here. Everything wedged into each square. Oh, neat. Let me see. I think I just want to show you, I'm thinking of Canelones up north. I'm just going to show you the slideshow here. We got a cannon being drawn by horses here. It must be for some kind of parade, maybe for the battle, right? A May 18th celebration. Beautiful flowers. Lots of beautiful flowers. Very pretty at night. Lots of beautiful flowers here. Someone took a lot of photographs of flowers. Here's the War Memorial or Monument, I'm not sure which. Beautiful church there in the center of town, of course. And yeah, monument. Definitely a monument for the battle. Look at all these flowers. It's gorgeous. But yeah, look at this neighborhood up here. May 18th. The whole neighborhood's named after that battle. Very important in Uruguay's history. So up here is the actual town of Canelones, which if we go over here, this is what I was trying to think of. This here is the original church that the city is based around. So this was what it used to be, just like this area. But speaking of baptisms, lots of baptisms happening there. We're going to look at some cool churches in the next video. We're going to Andorra next, and we're going to see some really fantastic old churches. Look at all these babies being baptized. Oh my goodness, so many babies. Cute, cute, cute. But yeah, this is the actual town of Canelones that the department's named after, because it was originally named after the original church. I'm trying to make the city pop up, but let's just zoom out really far. That's not going to help either. Alright, let's tap this. There we go. There we go. Just so you can see the slideshow here. The memorials there. The old beat up church there. Along the water there. Some factories. Beautiful rainbow, at least, in that junkyard. Oh, goodness. Not the best pictures here. You can see the Santa Lucia River going out to the ocean there. And pretty much the rest of the area, as you can see, is beautiful patchwork farmland. Let's find like a random finca or something around here. What's this? Oh, how cool. Moo-moos and a dog guarding the flock. Lots of pretty cows and a pretty horse too. Sorry, that was my arm was stuck to the map. Looks like they're expanding here. Got some rain coming into their fields. Big tractor. Yep. Just good old farm stuff. Isn't this a pretty photo? Big rainbow here over this trough. Which is probably for the cows. Or maybe the horses. That's a pretty horse. And pretty sunsets as well. How beautiful. Oh, how nice. Gosh, it's almost unreal. It's so pretty. Gather by the fire and wait for the sunrise. Pretty pretty. Okay, there's my other arm unstuck. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I got for you. There's not much to see here, but it is fun. Let's find one more beach to close out this video. Let's head down here. The Gold Coast. Come on, beach slideshow. Here we go. This is Shangri-La, Playa. Gorgeous. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this style of content, please consider subscribing. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to Andorra. It's going to be a tablet-only episode. So just Google Earth. Mainly because I have way more stuff to show you on Google Earth than history. And I don't need my notes, so I can sit here in the dark and show you pictures. So just going to be on the tablet. And please don't forget to give this video a like and let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. How gorgeous. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good night. Just like this lady's having a great day on the beach. I hope you're having a good